This will be one of the last days ever to be able to pick up a historical country ball. Austria-Hungary also just kind of doubles as just Austria or just Hungary if you turn it the right way. The Empire of Germany ball has already become my best-selling plushie of all time. It's always cool to see where each one of them lands in the list of all the country balls I've dropped so far. I'm also really curious if Soviet Union ball is going to be able to beat out the other top-selling plushie before this moment, France. Burger King Thailand launches real cheeseburger with no meat and 20 slices of cheese. I mean, it honestly doesn't get any more real than this. You ask for a cheeseburger, you're gonna get it. I mean, this is one of the oldest recipes in history, just bread and cheese. You can't really go wrong with that. I don't know if I'd actually order this, though. This honestly doesn't even look real. It looks like someone made this in their kitchen. Ever see something and think, holy crap, that is violently American? And I love that both of these are violently American, whether they have fries, pizza, bacon, whatever this sauce is, or just 20 slices of cheese. It's all USA, baby. Here we have the Euro sitting nicely at sea level. Meanwhile, we have this Russian ship, which sunk 3,000 feet. Then at about 20,000 feet, we have the Titanic plus Titan. You know the Titan's there because they got the game controller. And finally, even below that, we have all the way down here, the Russian ruble. That's the only thing that fell even harder. 1 ruble is like 1 cent of a euro. Okay, this isn't even an exaggeration. This is real life. At the moment of recording this video, the ruble is actually not even a cent. Man, oh man, has it been a tough year for that currency. Oh my goodness, have they finally collected all the Nordic stones? At this point, NATO is reaching Thanos levels of power. There's a lot of news that Sweden might just be accepted into NATO. We're all just kind of seeing what Turkey's gonna do next. After all these years, as we see Denmark book, Norway book, Sweden book, Finland book, Iceland book, finally, I have them all. And how long has he been forced to wait for this moment? Obviously, NATO started all the way back in 1949, and more importantly, some of the original members were Denmark, Norway, and Iceland. So for the last 75 years, they've been waiting to complete their Nordic collection. Obviously, Finland was just accepted, and we've just been waiting for Sweden. We've been playing Pokemon, gotta collect them all for so long now. Please, God, make EU accept Armenia and Georgia membership before Turkey, because it would be so funny. I wonder if anyone is up to do a little bit of trolling. In exchange for letting Sweden into NATO, Turkey wants into the EU. This is just getting so crazy. In terms of the EU, there's already official candidates as well as recognized potential candidates. So that's another organization that's been looking to expand as well. Franco-German relations at work. Meeting of our group in Berlin versus meetings in Paris. You know how they be in Berlin, Germany. They're straight to the point. They don't necessarily do the same thing Paris is all about. But then there's catering in Berlin versus catering in Paris. I mean, the meeting room is one thing, but come on. You can't get blown out of the water this much, Germany. This is just the most German thing. I'm not surprised. Bro, the Germans even pulled out their nicest furniture. What is she complaining about? Ooh, what's this? An African tank. Then we have an American tank. Then there's a French tank camouflaged for invasion. Next up, a Russian tank. Very fancy. And finally, a Swedish tank. And they're real crazy because they just sell these to civilians. Every country just loves to put different skins on their tanks, I guess. If your girlfriend is this girl, what do you do? This guy replies with, take your meds. Another guy replies with, take my meds. Finally, Serbia! Serbia! I just have so many questions.
If your girlfriend is this girl,
oh no.
What do you do?
Take your meds. Take my meds.
I tried. I can't compete with his voice acting. His voice acting is so much better. That's how I wanted to sound in my head, though. I feel like this is a perfect time to show off my Born in Yugoslavia shirt. A map of Australia for the Americans. All of the eastern part is just literally Texas. Then in the middle, we have Arizona, Nevada, and Utah. Up here is Alabama. I wonder why. I'm the expert here with Alabama since I was born there. I'm pretty sure I know why. Down here, we have Washington and California. Meanwhile, New York, Massachusetts, DC, North and South Carolina, Florida up here. Okay, so that's where your crazies come from. Meanwhile, Tasmania, that's Alaska. A little bit hotter of an Alaska, but I could see that being Alaska. Honestly, not even visiting Australia once, just understanding where population lies, as well as the geography map of Australia. I already know this is 100% true. You pretty much already guess why Australian states were labeled as certain American states. I feel like I know this country so much better now. It's called Burger King! King, screams America. No, it isn't, responds Australia. Hungry Jacks? Okay, is this one of those things where Burger King had to switch their name, or is this like a whole different chain? Interesting flag they got here too. Oh yeah, it is a part of the Burger King Corporation. It's just a different name. I can definitely see any American visiting Australia is just calling this Burger King. It's not what it says though. The entirety of German cuisine being held up by Bavarians, Swabians, and Austrians. Wait, German cuisine is being carried by some places not in Germany? Why am I not surprised? Once again, it all comes down to how close you are to the Mediterranean. South German carries. In orange, we have the countries that speak English. In gray, they speak understandable English. In light green, bonjour. In dark green, my name is Manuel. And finally, in yellow, the countries that speak better English than all of the UK. Don't you just love this language? So much diversity to it. I've definitely noticed this as well, like the lowlands, Germany, all of the Nordic countries, they won't have practiced English for like 10 years, but will be using words that I've never even heard of. They might not have even practiced English in the last 10 years, yet they use way more intelligent words than I've ever used. Average countryside fan actually lives in a depressing new building, car-dependent suburb, doesn't see the irony in flattening more countryside to build sprawling suburbia for his fellow countryside enjoyers, versus average urbanist London enjoyer, doesn't need a car to go shopping, modern, reliable, fast public transit, 50 different pubs to choose from within a 2-kilometer radius, completely walk or cycle nearly anywhere, completely ungovernable. This is the first meme I've ever seen in the reverse. It's always the soy jack virgin on the left side and then the epic Chad countryside enjoyer on the right. I've only ever been to this, so I need to first experience this for myself. I do really love the underground though. This American screaming, I am Scottish! Meanwhile, his ancestry actually looks like a very boring tournament bracket. That Scottish blood does go pretty far back. My ancestors are calling me back home. You then gotta build your entire personality off of this one small fact about yourself. Yeah, this is just like a normal coming of age thing for a lot of people. I feel like it's not so much with Scottish, it's more of an Irish thing. Even I do it, and I think both sides of my family have been here for like 5 generations. Just let me be what I want to be. Lukashenko says he could launch Russian nuclear weapons, says the BBC News. Look at me, look at me. I'm the one making nuclear threats now. Wait, is he threatening to nuke I don't think that's, I don't know. He's just, yeah, Belarus is just doing Belarusian things. Crimea! What, Mom? Time to go home. Meanwhile, Alaska! America, out of nowhere, go ahead. Take it from me. I'm pretty sure this is a reference to how some Russian politician once said they should, like, take back Alaska. I don't know if you would actually want to try that, though. Russian officials have recently made statements threatening to reclaim Alaska. I think that's a pretty risky idea, though. Zelensky travels to Istanbul. Erdogan, Ukraine deserves NATO membership and returns these fighters. Turkish Navy will escort ships if grain deal falls apart. Green light given for Sweden in NATO. Again, we're up for like a pretty crazy season of Ukraine versus Russia. I guess that last season's all been building up to this. You've heard of pigs, Portugal, Italy, Greece, Spain, and guns, Germany, UK, Netherlands, and Sweden, and small, San Marino, Monaco, Andorra, Liechtenstein, Luxembourg. Now get ready for fire. France, Ireland, Russia, Estonia. It's getting pretty hot in here, that's for sure. I won't stop until we have acronyms for all the European countries. So far, we have a map like this, and then if you add the new fire to it, France, Ireland, Russia, we still have quite a few to cover. Again, I didn't really have much. I went with Finns, France, Ireland, Norway, Sweden. Wait, who's the other one? It doesn't matter. It wasn't that good. What about pure? Poland, Ukraine, Romania, and then I think we needed to go down to like Egypt for the E. I don't know. This is hard. Oh, I like this one. Slovenia, Estonia, Netherlands, Denmark, send. Northern Macedonia, Ukraine, Denmark, Estonia, Serbia. Nudes. Incredible. Never gonna give you up. My subreddit coming in clutch with that. Dutch Duolingo be like Zijinjinzoons, which is a real sentence that actually means they are his sons. Are we supposed to be taking this seriously, Netherlands? You can't tell me you guys aren't doing a little bit of trolling. This isn't even 5% of our power. No, what? minutes. There's a national sleeping contest held every year in Madrid. Contestants are given 20 minutes to have a power nap while their pulses are monitored. Points are awarded for how REM sleep, pace of pulse, and even sleeping position. Please, I literally can only handle so much. This is the most Spain thing I've ever heard in my life. I thought the siesta thing was just purely memes. This is getting ridiculous at this point. Siesta champs. Pretty sure if there was an Olympics for this, Spain would win gold, silver, and bronze every year. Hungarian government has 4 moods. We are bad A. And chillin' with the boys. Also simping for money and lots of pain. Yeah, never bring up the year 1920 in Hungary. That's gonna trigger a lot of PTSD. But it's all good. Once they're better, they'll go back to this. Czechia or East Germany. Slavic and German family names. 40 years of communism. Capital used to be German. Your uncle wears this. Food looks like this. And music sounds like this. I can see why maybe there could be some confusion. They both also really like beer, right? Your city is biodiverse because you want to save nature. My city is biodiverse because we can't afford to mow all that grass. We are not the same. I mean, you know, whatever works. At the end of the day, it has the same results. When you're 25 years old and you still don't have 3 kids, I have failed you, Latin America. Man, don't bring this up. You don't even want to know my situation. I'm about to be a complete loser. Me browsing Argentina to feel better about living in Brazil. Is this how all the Brazilians end up having a good day? Get a nice laugh on Reddit in Argentina. The Chinese want world domination, screams this American. These Chinese territorial claims are getting out of hand. Natural islands, really? Meanwhile, Indonesia's response to America crying, yeah, they're claiming a state in India saying it's South Tibet or something. So this is saying most Asian countries are having responsible discussions about these topics. Meanwhile, America's just, yeah, screaming like the world's ending. I can see that. In Michigan, speed limit 60 translates to, if we all go over 80, they can't pull us all over. And I think that is so beautiful. I love how this is literally how it works in a lot of the states. It's exactly how it is in California. Just scary when you go to the other states that are extremely strict about like even going 2 miles over the limit. Like, what do you want from me? Like I said at the very beginning, go check out that link down below to makeship.com to get one of these plushies before they're gone forever. Big thanks to my patrons. I have cloned Drew and I'm now training him to fight the imposter doing these videos. Subscribe to Drew now.
John Denver.
Australia is real. I am not a aPhatNarwhal. Argentinian grandpa. Amateur archaeology. Inquisitor. KirinoIsBestGirl. LuxembourgLover. Robert. The Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth. The Twickenhamster. And why am I doing this?